the mother of freedom. Welcome to my home. This is my motherland. The world will sing. All hail great Biafra. And now the world will sing. Freedom flag, you've got it. Biafrans will sing. The hand of God is with us. Biafrans will sing. The battle has been won. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is here. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is here. Now the world will sing. All hail great Biafra. Now the world will sing. Freedom flag, you've got it. Biafrans will sing. The hand of God is with us. Biafrans will sing. The battle has been won. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is here. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is here. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is here. Celebration, voice of freedom, victory is here.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazu Chukafo Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Chukafo Mefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazen Nandi Okukano, the king of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. Nobody have done that. Mazen Nandi Kano is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. He remained the one and the only man that command the loyalty of the Biafran people. Whatever he say we will do, wherever he lead we will follow. And by the grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I am George Unibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And Delta State is Biafra land. I can assure you every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land. Without first of all acknowledging the creator of heaven and earth, Chukwu Kikabiama, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For without him, we are gone as a people. And so in my humble way tonight, I give him all the praise. Ebu Chukwu nebuchim, Ebu Chukwu onye digwe o, Ebu afanda no omega mo. Omega mo onye buru onye ikpeazụ malite n'ọgụgụ ya ka nji na-asị n'ebu chi mo ịdị ebube chi mo n'ịdị omimi o ebu afanda no omega mo onye buru onye ikpeazụ malite n'ọgụgụ ya ka ji na-asị n'ebu chi anyị o anyị na-aja gị mma o n'ihi na ịbụ sọ mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ebu alfa na omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o ise. And of course, as always, without wasting much of our time, we go to our study this evening. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. Back to your root. We can only appreciate the Almighty Creator who at this point in time are making our people to see the need, the importance of going back to their root. Biafra is our root. Biafra is our ancestors. Biafra is our life. And when we say go back to your root, we want you to go back and find out who are these Biafrans. What did they do? What do they represent? What type of orientation do they have? What legacy did they leave behind for us? And each time we look into the past, trying to uncover the mystery behind who these people are, you begin to cover yourself without any shroud of doubt. But the more you run away from it, the more you begin to believe that they are evil. The more you begin to look at them and nothing good comes about them. It is easy for you as a black man to see the weakness of your people more than the good they have done. It is our duty here to make you appreciate your father and your mother because they are your immediate ancestors. And then we can go back to your grandfather and your grandmother, and then as back as we can trace them to. Because if we fail to do this, our children will one day say we are evil. And they will have a lot of testament against us to show that we are evil. Ask Yoruba man about Igbo man. And then you will kill the next Igbo man beside you. Go ask Fulani, go and ask Hausa. You will kill the next Igbo man beside you. Because without Radio Biafra, the only thing we were hearing is Igbo are rich one, Igbo are kidnapped, Igbo are this one, Igbo are this one. We cannot just sweep these things under the carpet and walk away as if nothing happened. I tell you, we are only postponing our suffering. But is it because we are driven by hate? No. There is no hate in us. But we hate everything that has been done to us as a people. We really don't hate anybody. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. And of course, for some days now, we have been on a series that is titled Some of the Practices of Our Ancestors That Can Be Found in the Bible. One of the greatest problem or investment or achievement of the colonial master is having been able to give us a very perfect religion that can make us become idiots when they want us to. Make us become normal human beings when they want us to. And if I say some things now, everybody say, he's Antichrist, he's Antichrist. Ordinary cholera virus now, where are all of them? You want to withdraw church service. All the miracle workers now, where are all of you? But you are holy. My ancestors is evil. My ancestors is evil. But those of us who believe in our ancestors, we tell you, as far as we are concerned, as far as George Onibe is concerned, another scam is coronavirus, or how do they pronounce it? Corona. I've been trying to pronounce it. I look like Buhari in this aspect. Very difficult for me to pronounce. But at least I'm better than Buhari because I can pronounce it the way I can. Buhari is it? Did say Buhari? Jubri is hiding. Let him come and pronounce it. Ndiara. Nonsense. Because as we are talking now, very soon you will not go to church. We didn't stop you. It is coronavirus, Abi coronavirus. It's the one stopping you. You won't go to market. You will not go anywhere. He that is in me is bigger than he that is in you. Osetiana. But are we saying it's not true? It is true. Your wrong information about the Creator will make you very foolish and stupid. You can fight for God, He will abandon you in the end. Without God, what are we doing here? I keep starting my broadcast every day to make you understand that my faith in the Creator is unshakable. But I hold the culture and tradition of my people above any other thing. Because that is where He placed me before I knew He was there. But having said that, you go to the origin. There is a lot of lesson for you to know. That is the only time you can appreciate where you are today. I have sampled our culture, our ancestors, everything they did. There is no difference between their way of life and what is written in the Bible. But the difference I see there is the manipulation with words. And that is why for once I want us to sit down and reason together. Because if you cannot value who they are and appreciate them and hold tight firmly to those things they have worked very hard to keep for us, the next generation are going to bastardize this very Biafra we are fighting to restore. And so, as they say, charity begins at home. And this evening we are going to look at oath taking. Oath taking. And when we say it is oath taking, I want us to let's take time and see how we can be able to reveal it. Oath taking. They say when you join IPOB, you must take oath. Let us start from there. Oath taking, so that you will understand. And then the next thing you hear a Christian will tell you, or a hypocrite will tell you, or a saboteur will tell you, no, I'm not, or ignorant. He said that is a Christian, is ignorant, is a saboteur, or is a hypocrite. The first thing, no, I can't take oath. No, I cannot take oath. No, my problem is oath. I understand most of you are ignorant. There is nothing wrong in oath taking. And any society that is built without oath cannot stand. This is one truth. Go and look at all the idiots inside IPOB. They refuse to go to Arochukwu. And so they can wake up easily and betray their brother. Some will wear shoe and take oath. But our ancestors know how to break all of your neck. Honestly. But let's try to find out some truth about it. What is oath? Because when you say take oath, when you say make a vow, when you say make a covenant, when you say make a pledge, when you say we have an agreement, all of them are the same thing. All of them are the same thing. We are in agreement. We have made a pledge. We have made a vow. We have made a covenant. We have taken oath. All of them are the same thing. There is practically no difference among them. The only thing you have there is manipulation of words. Let's digress a little bit. I'm a literature student. One of my best courses in Sweden. And I understand that when it comes to the figure of speech, our ancestors has only 4 figures of speech. Only 4. And they speak normal. Then you have parable. Then you have idiom. And then you have adage. parable, idiom, adage, and the normal way of speaking. But when it comes to the English language, I think we have even up to 20,000 figures of speech. Because anywhere you take the grammar to, when a British man come, he will give you a figure of speech to convey the real idea he has in mind for you. That is why you can use one word and it has different meaning. And now I want to say that what you say actually defines who you are. And that is why the Bible says that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. When you see somebody that is a 419, if a 419 stand with me, somebody that is not sincere, if they stand with me 1 hour, what is 1 hour? 30 minutes, I know who you are. Because from what you say, it reveals a lot about you. Our ancestors does not need a pattern to hide, conceive the idea they want to convey to another person. And so they restricted them to 4. And so when they were talking to you or are talking to you through parable, they actually want you to activate your thinking faculty and to be able to see how it's going to end. When they use adage, they are talking to you based on experience. When they talk to you an idiom, they are trying to compare nature itself they're using nature itself to convey a particular message to you. And when they speak to you plainly, it's because that is how they are supposed to speak. But on the English, you begin to hear oxymoron, metaphor, personification, simile, and the rest of it. So many. And now, with this knowledge, when you read the word of God, the Bible, for instance, which control more than 99.9% of Biafrans, their brain. Not everything that is said there were made plainly, but they were all converted or presented through figures of speech. And now that is why you see that in the epistles, you have 4 statements representing one message. The gospel. The gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. 4 of them are saying the same thing. But they presented their message from different platforms. One presented his message as a doctor, as a physician. Another presented his message as a common man, fisherman, as Oguaja. And then another presented his own on different angle, but the same message. And now you come out and say, why did Peter or why did Matthew use these words, these terms, but John used another term? That is because they grew up from different field and area of endeavor. Profession, they are not the same. One is highly educated, the other one is not educated. They were used by the same Holy Spirit. But they presented their matter differently. What they wrote there is not the same. One of them dwell on miracle. Mark dwell on miracle. He started by telling you miracle. He ended by telling you miracle. The next one started by telling you genealogy and ended by giving you genealogy. They had the same message, but it comes in different way. And so if you do not understand the message they are trying to project, you will misunderstand all of them. But having said so, I am bringing it up now so that when we say, come to IPOB and take oath, there is nothing bad there. Because there is no organization or society in the world that stand without oath. The problem now is that the way the grammar is used, it makes some look good and some look bad. For instance, when Britain is stealing oil from Biafra land, if you catch Britain now, you don't call them thief. But you catch Britain now stealing oil in Biafra land as they normally do, like Julius Berger, another company, F, all of them. If you catch them now stealing oil, they call them theft. You see Yoruba on their social media. They say, yes, some German company, Julius Berger, was found today involved in oil bunkering, and the government has actually made a vow to prosecute this oil theft. It is theft. It looks like it's another thing. Now, thief. But if a poor man now steal oil, it's not a theft. Because you are a poor man, you are a thief. We just caught some thief. They were stealing oil because you are a poor man. But only those who understand the way language is conveying, we know that whether you are a thief, whether you are a thief, you are a rogue. They are all the same. In the same way, when it is about black man, they call it oath. He's taking oath. Somebody say, but when you want to spiritualize, you say, yes, we have to enter covenant. And then you give it to them. You covenant keeping God, there is no one like you. Very wonderful. We all want covenant. But covenant and oath is the same thing. And so it's just the same thing I say, oath taking God, there is no one like you. So anytime you are telling God, covenant keeping God, you are still telling God, you are oath taking God, you are still telling God, you are vow making God, you are still telling God, you are agreement making God. But the grammar were specifically dedicated or allocated to each of us. As a black man, your own is oath. Then as Israel man, your own is covenant. Then as a British man, your own is agreement. Then as a married man, your own is vow. But all of them are the same thing. They are the same thing. But just that they allocate this name to you, so they know the one to crucify on time. That is why many people are debating. No, I cannot take oath, but let's go back to the beginning. Before any society or organization are formed, they have a memorandum of understanding. Understand, most of our communities were formed by more than one person. The very Biafra you talk about was formed by more than one person. And on that foundation, a vow was made, an oath was taken, an agreement was reached, a covenant was made, depending on the grammar you want to use. You talk about the United Kingdom. These are 4 countries that come together to become United Kingdom. Their father had agreement. And that was why when Britain felt that they have to be a little bit greedy, they broke off from that agreement. That oath, they broke up. They told you the other ones that our fathers agreed like this, they took oath for this. But the way things are going, we cannot stand by this oath again. No country, no community, no society, there is nothing that exists without oath. Whether you call it covenant, all of them are the same. And so our fathers understand the importance of this. And so before they form a community, they put them under oath. 10 people will come. They will say, you, your family will be the Onowu forever. You, your family will be the Igwe forever. You, your family will be the Ogomo forever. They divide all this rule. And they said that no generation after generation, that is how it will be. God had a covenant with Abraham. And he said to Abraham, I want to make a great nation out of you. And so God took oath with Abraham. If you will keep my ordinance, everything I ask you to do, if you will keep it, I will make a nation out of you. But if you don't keep this covenant, I will kill you. If you obey and you die, after you are gone and your children disobey, if your children obey, I will bless them. Every blessing I promise you, I will give to them. But if your children disobey, I will destroy your throne. There will be no man to sit on your throne. And along the line, the children of Abraham did not keep to the oath. And so that lineage, that throne of David was covered. Anybody can claim his throne of David. There is no heir to that throne any longer. There were times they were trying to figure it out that Queen of England, that is the throne of Queen of England. It's a lie. Oh, wash. But let us come back home. And so the people have agreement. It is based on this agreement they form a society. It is based on this agreement they have a company. They decide what they want. And they say, see how we want to live, oh, see how we want to live. Oh. Anybody that will break this oath will die. Or so thing will happen to them. And based on this agreement, based on this vow, based on this covenant, based on this oath, it becomes the first line of law that governs them. And that is why you follow the dispensation in the Bible. You will see that they were first the dispensation of conscience. The first dispensation was referred to the dispensation of conscience. Adam and Eve did not have any law to obey. Only one guideline was given to them. Do not eat this fruit. Do not eat this fruit of knowledge, good and evil. God gave them conscience. They were guided by their conscience. And then the next dispensation became the dispensation of promise or covenant. That was what guided Abraham. And then before you get to the time of Moses, you have the dispensation of law, date by law. Presently, we are on the dispensation of grace, according to the Christian. And that is why no matter what you do, they say the Lord has forgiven you. But of course, according to the Christian calendar or doctrine, after the expiration of this dispensation, we are going to enter the dispensation of dark age. Most of the things happening may be pointing finger to that, but let's not become religious now. Let's go back to oath taking. And then you see, as the society begin to grow, as people become powerful, mysterious things will begin to happen. Because the power that keeps oath and covenant is the power of the Creator, not man. Whether oath is respected or broken, only one person have the highest say, and that is the Creator. And the only person that can influence that oath is the person that live by the content of that oath. It really doesn't matter where they take you to. If you don't have this knowledge, you will be shouting, no, we don't look at all your governors. Ugwuanyi told you he's under oath to protect the interests of Nigeria, not Ebonyi State. If you like, kill Ugwuanyi, because the day he break the oath they give to him to protect Ebonyi people, he's as good as dead anyway. But he has to do that because he's not under any oath. So he's under oath. Our ancestors understand this important. By that time they are crowning a king. They are putting him under oath. At that time they are crowning a king. He's being placed under oath. And then the moment the king begin to misbehave, misfortune will begin to befell them. This was what our ancestors were doing. Some made covenant and said they will not eat cocoyam again. Not because they are worshipping cocoyam, but somehow God miraculously saved them with cocoyam. For instance, my mother village, they don't eat cocoyam. And any place you eat cocoyam, they don't touch it. And if you touch it, something bad will happen to you. But my father village, we eat cocoyam, and I, as a person, I love it. And I try to find out from my mother why. It boils down to the same during the war. But I cannot tell you I really know the war. But I knew that army came into their community, they were having crisis. All of them ran into the cocoyam farm. And you know how fragile cocoyam is. All of them bent down. They were broken. And my mother said the moment they finished running into the cocoyam farm, the cocoyam stood up by themselves. You know, used to carry some glittering water on top early morning. So it looked as if nobody has entered there. When those chasing them came, it looked like nobody have gotten there. They turned back. And when they themselves discovered that miracle, the community said, God has used this cocoyam to save us. As a reminder that a day like this happened in our life, God save us, we will not eat cocoyam again. Not that they worship cocoyam, that was a covenant, that was a oath. They say anybody that will eat cocoyam again, let this thing happen to them. If you look at many companies, you are operating under oath. Some even deceive you, they don't give you oath. I have worked for a company. The term is that you will dress in their uniform. They have uniform. You must wear their uniform. Some of you who work in filling station, those of you who work in company where they give you uniform, the day you agree to put on that uniform, you have been placed under oath. Be careful what you do. If you break the rule of that company, you are gone. Whether you know it or not, you are under oath. So if you think oath is juju, you are under juju. And when I was employed in that company, I noticed they have high respect for their tie. And each time I come to office, the first thing director check is your tie. You say, Onibi, why are you not putting on your tie? I said, oh, sorry, sir, I left in a hurry. I'll put on the tie. But I don't get myself. But the moment I leave the office, I remove the tie. And he knows. And when I notice the way, the interest they put on that tie, I know something was wrong with that tie. And so I deliberately went to office. I didn't put the tie. I keep it on my table. I did my job well. The problem now is the tie. I said, sir, I'm not a tie man. I can't put this tie. It's inconveniencing me. He said, that means you can't work in this company. I said, if that be the case, I will gladly resign. He said, then, better for you. And that was when I know that all of us have been placed under oath. They control us with that tie. As I'm talking to you now, you think your prayer will change it. You are under oath. If oath is juju, you are under juju. It happens everywhere. In fact, in the course of preparing this very study, I ran across one chairman, local government chairman, somewhere in Nigeria. They are putting him under oath. Let's listen to how they take oath, how they take juju. Your government take juju. I'm coming. Let's go one by one.
The Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. So help me God. I do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will be faithful. That I will be faithful. And bear true allegiance. That I will bear true allegiance. And bear free allegiance. To the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as the Vice Chairman. That as a Vice Chairman. I will discharge my duties. I will discharge my duty to the best of my ability. To the best of my ability. Faithfully. Faithfully. And in accordance with the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the Republic of Nigeria. And the law. And the law. And always I will always in the interest of sovereignty. And I am always in the interest of integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That is Nigeria. Putting one Fulani man on power. He cannot read the oath. You see, the oath will not catch that man because he can't even read it. They will say I, he will say I, he say of the Federal Republic, he will say of the Republic because they don't even know what they are telling him. The oath will not work. That is why the oath don't kill Fulani. All this Nigeria, that is why the oath don't kill them because they don't repeat it worse after worse. But that is a case for another day. That man is being placed under oath. That man is agreeing. He's agreeing to a covenant. That man is making a vow. That man is just having an agreement. And with the presence of oath, nobody could betray anybody. One of the greatest mistakes Ojukwu made was that all his soldiers were not placed under oath. So some of them, when they gather like 20 men to go and defend Biafra on one side, they will go and sell them to Nigerian army. Some of you do not know that some of Ojukwu men will carry they are, for instance, as we have volunteer. They say you are a commander of 10, you are a commander of 20. Some of them will tell Nigerian government, give us money. I command 20. I will lure them into your trap. When we talk about Ifajuna, people should understand. Ifajuna abandoned his post and went to Ibadan. And if the second the command was not careful enough, all of them would have been slaughtered. And when they noticed Ifajuna was not coming back, they decamped. They decamped because they knew something was wrong. A lot of people did that because they were not under oath. But if they were under oath, the oath care of them. Jesus placed his disciples under oath. Our Father knew that is how our community can stand. And the day we stop seeing oath as evil, but yet covenant and vow is holy, that is the day our community fall. Your governors are not under oath. They are not in any form of agreement with you. They didn't make any vow with you. Rather, they gave you 2,000 to vote for them. It's contract, and that is all you will get from them after election. But the point is that you believe that oath taking is evil. You use it to destroy yourself, not knowing that you are destroying yourself. You think you are doing another person. And so in those days, many society, many family, the area that survive is because of covenant. Let us go back to Ata of Igala. His father made a covenant with Igala people and say, as far as I will sacrifice this my daughter, all of you must agree. Only my family will rule. Only my family. They can't break it. Obasanjo tried to break that and they can't. That is why all the governors of Kogi State, some of them accident will nearly kill them. They will spend the whole tenure inside hospital. Go and look at their history. One of them, the day he addressed more than 10 people, he will run mad. Epilepsy will hold him. Somebody represented him throughout his tenure. That is the power of covenant. Imagine if all these our governors, you put them under covenant, you will see that some of them will buy tickets for PDP or APC. When they come back, they will say, I can't go again. They cannot go because the oath there, the covenant there, the vow there, the agreement there, they cannot meet. But we do this in our land. And so the first thing they do is they go to North, they go to Sokoto, they go and take oath, and they come back, and you are going to a church, Yoruba church. You think they will listen to you? Will not listen to you. Oath to rule the world. And the moment this culture was destroyed, the society fell. Now let me try to draw you back to the Bible so you understand what I'm saying. Like I have told you, if you say oath or no oath, I have studied everybody in IPOB. You see those who took the paper oath, they have a little fear. Little fear. When they remember the oath, they cool down. But those who go to Arochukwu, they coordinate themselves. And I say, hey, Abenokpabe. Is oath telling you to serve anything? If you lie, let it be oath with the devil. Is it telling you to serve devil? Does oath tell you to serve anybody? Oath tell you that we agree to do this job. Oh, this is how it's going to be. So even if it's with heaven or it's with Abenokpabe, God understands that he must be honored. Why won't you be evil? Is that not why you steal your company money and buy generator for church? But even in your church, you are under oath. Let's go back to the Bible a little bit, then I throw more light there. So anything you are doing with anybody, make sure you have agreement. Make sure you have covenant with that person. Make sure you reach agreement. Take oath. Any grammar you want to use, make sure you have agreement. Because there is God, there is a creator that owns this world. He has the final say, and that is karma. It will catch up with anybody. I'm talking to Biafran, so you understand. Now let's go back to the Bible and find out all these things, so you understand when they function. When you look at vow, for instance, vow means to dedicate someone or something. If you go to the book of Numbers chapter 30 verse 2, if a man makes a vow to the Lord or take an oath to bind himself with a binding obligation, he shall not violate his word. He shall do according to all that proceed from his mouth. And now, if you are following me there, you see in the same chapter, he used vow at the beginning and ended it by oath. So if I tell you, those of you in IPOB, go and take oath, stop saying a sinful because you are the info. When my pastor said I cannot take oath, but I'm a reverend, I was placed under oath. They gave me oath to sign before I was ordained reverend. And in that oath, my wife is a witness. That you, Reverend George Onyema Onyibe, you will do this to the ministry, you will do that to the ministry, you will do. They gave me the condition of the church in that oath paper. And they told me that if for any reason I want to leave the ministry, I must write a resignation letter. And I must pass the letter through the hand of another reverend to get to my bishop. And I signed. A column was made for my wife to sign. And on that very day of ordination, or in the presence of other bishop, they now made the main oath. And so if what oath I took in IPOB is juju, the oath I took in the church is also juju. Don't you get it? Because the reason you see saboteur breathing everywhere is Biafrans don't understand the value of oath. How do you want people to be disciplined if there is no measure of discipline put in place? They say, no, we are okay like this. That is why your life is like that. Don't you know Donald Trump is under oath? He's under juju. Donald Trump, President of America. That was why when he was going through the impeachment process, every one of them who were against the oath of the founding father can speak very loud in the society, in the public. But Donald Trump will always tell you, this is not the wish of our founding father. In other words, this is not the oath, the juju of our founding father. Anyhow you want to use it, it's the same thing, juju. They gave him juju to take. That I, Donald Trump, has vowed to make sure I get America first before my family. And if I fail, let George Washington and George Bush and every other founder of America, let them kill me. I take this juju with good faith. But it's a Yibo man, so it's not juju. Give it good name. But when you come now, I said to be a principal officer, you must take oath. You begin to blow around. Go and look at Iruanya Radio. You will see that George Onyibe is the high priest of Abenopabe. Because you people think you have sense. You don't have sense. And that is why Yoruba and Hausa will continue doing to us what they are doing to us, Fulani. Because we don't know the value of oath in the society. The gods is supposed to break your neck when you are evil. But you have succeeded in hiding it. You have succeeded in running away from it. But when they back on them, hand will catch all of you. If you are your unit, you could go and take oath. The more oath you take, the better for you. It's very important. Let me read it again. I don't like quoting Bible because it looks like it's a church service. It's not a church service. But these are the things our ancestors did. And let English not control you. I am reading now Numbers chapter 30 verse 2. He said, if a man will make a vow, he used the word a vow, to the Lord, or to take an oath, to bind himself with a binding obligation, he shall not violate those words. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth. Look at how God presented it. And when you look at our oath, some elders were fooling themselves. They think they have sense. That is why all of you, if you are Biafra, get ready. We are not fighting for Biafra of idiot. We are fighting for Biafra that have sense. Hate me for all you can, but you will hear this truth by force. Some elders were on Facebook. If I disobey, according to Deuteronomy chapter 20, I shall be whiter than white. I shall not fear anybody. You are idiot. Is that the oath of IPOB? I want those of you, go back to Facebook and look at that oath they took there. And tell me, who will take that oath and obey our leader? Who will take that oath and defend Biafra? But we know what all of you are doing. We are not stupid. Having gone through Nigeria today, nobody can fool us. Forget about it. So when we say take oath, you take the oath. Let us see 100 men who will take this oath. If they will not push Nigeria out of this planet, we will push Nigeria to Jupiter. Because we have bound ourselves to do certain things. and there will be no going back. No, go back and listen to that broker, that's prayer. Those elders they take oath. Is that IPOB oath? If I attack them, as I say, it's attacking them, but thunder will fire you. This is why we are suffering. Yes, we take an oath today. We shall fight for Biafra, that we are whiter than white. We must remain whiter than white. If we are not whiter than white, we will not fear anybody. Is that oath? The oath I took say, if I will betray Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or any principal officer working assiduously, let Chukwu Okike Abiama wipe out not just me, my entire generation. I say it with every breath in me. And I mean every syllable in the words I have spoken. And that is why when we do what we do, we understand what is at stake. Do you know how much I love my family? And then another person is introducing, oh, I'm holy. But you are the one who is busy gossiping everywhere because you didn't go to Abenokpabe. Abenokpabe will come for all of you, as you call it. Donald Trump is under Abenokpabe. Stop deceiving yourself. Queen of England, all the oil thefts or thief in our land, Fulani, Yoruba, all of them are under oath to kill you. They say they will never allow you to be in control of your life. They are under oath. Not when you take an oath to counter them, you will die there. But will you understand this principle? I'm telling you, go back to those that prayer and oath and tell me that is the oath we took. That is why when you are misbehaving, I ask you, have you taken oath? He said, no, I'm a Christian. I know you are a 419. My church placed me under oath. And I tell you, my bishop is a respected man. With every sincerity, I have the respect for him. He's a good man of God. But you know, you have to do the right thing. And that is applicable to every pastor. And now, let us go to the next one. I have told you now, if you go to the Numbers 32, you see about vow. Then you talk about covenant now. He said, a covenant is an agreement. There was a covenant between them that her name was never going to be mentioned. For instance, covenant is just agreement with two people. When I entered IPOB, I didn't enter to be a politician. I had to fight Nigeria and stop Nigeria because Nigeria has destroyed us enough. And any other terms we are doing here, they ought to have to change. We come to destroy the zoo now. And anybody who stands in our way to destroy the zoo becomes an enemy. Now you understand why we behave the way we behave. And so some people say, no, I believe in covenant. Then you go to church and you are singing, covenant keeping God, there is no one like you. But when I say I'm taking oath, you say, no, it's evil. But you are calling God evil anytime you change the grammar. Because theft and thief are the same thing. Forget about the vowel sound. They are the same thing. Ole, Barawo, Onyoshi, all of them are the same thing. Theft, thief. Whether it is a vow, whether it is a covenant, whether it's agreement, all of them are oath. And if oath taking is juju, all of them are juju. Do you know why they survived? Do you know how many battles they fought? Nations upon nation conspiring against them. Do you know what it took for them to hold their land? Our leader will always say, the day Arochukwu fell, the day Arochukwu fell. Well, that was the day Biafra land fell. Why? Why? Do you notice in your Bible that when they attack the children of Israel, what they go for is the ark of the covenant, the ark of oath, the ark of juju. That is what they go and destroy so they can compromise the people. Don't you understand it? When the children of Israel were attacked, what the enemy does first of all is to go for the ark of the covenant. And when you hear ark of the covenant, the ark of the juju, the ark of the oath, the ark of agreement. And once it is destroyed, the people go back into slavery. Or when you hear about David going to return the ark, did he go to return the ark from car wash? No. People attacked them and the ark. And now we're looking at covenant. In the book in 2 Kings chapter 23 verse 3, he say, The king stood by the pillar and made a covenant before the Lord to walk after the Lord and to keep his commandment and his testimony and his statute with all his heart and all his soul, to carry out the words of the covenant that were written in the book. And all the people entered into that covenant. Did you hear anyone they say, and you shall worship, and you shall? There is no, we don't worship. When people try to debate to me, oh, as a reverend, how can you go and take oath? I say, I am not going to take oath to serve any idol. Moreover, I don't know idol. Idol don't know me. I am going to affirmation of faith before heaven and earth to bear witness that I cannot betray IPOB. And the moment I do that, I go and sleep. Anybody that betray me, on your own. But for me, I understand what I said. I mean every one of them. And that is how it's going to be. I know the pressure they placed on me when I was arrested by DSS. But I had nothing to tell them because I'm under oath. And I know things they told me, trying to drag me out. But I'm under oath. He that places his hand on the pledge and look back is not worthy. And do you know what I do? When you want to put me under oath, I pray the first prayer. I will put you under oath first. Because my hands are clean. How do they take oath? I say, God, oh, look all of us where they take this oath to. If anybody put hand inside this oath to enslave us, you go kill the person. If the person where they put me under oath make you enslave me, you must kill that person. Then when we finish that, we start the real oath. Because all these things can be complicated. But you don't have to fear. It is only God that controls that power. And you better make sure that your hands are clean. But this is oath we are talking about. God told the children of Israel, this is how I want you to operate. And he said to them, make sure you keep it. And every king will swear an oath that yes, so I am going to do according to what is written by Moses and other king before I came. If I fail, let God destroy me. There is a power that shapes our way, and it's a God of principle. It becomes tradition of every surviving or prospering nation till the end of time. Except God is no longer a covenant-keeping God. Or you are the one who don't understand who he is. And there's some people, you don't take oath, but at the end of the day, you take a pledge. That is why if you are in IPOB and you are where you are still saying, I pledge to Nigeria, my country, stop it. You are cursing yourself. Anybody under the oath of IPOB working with Nigeria, please, when they say come and do I pledge, understand. You better, you know, I also don't know how to say I pledge. So how can you put them under oath? Fool, I need them. The way he say, or I say I pledge, he say, my one today. Have you not seen Fulani doing I pledge? Where are they saying anything? So when they tell you to pledge as a member of IPOB working with Nigeria anywhere, begin to say, don't say it because you are cursing yourself. I cannot pledge to serve Nigeria because Nigeria is not my country. I cannot be faithful nor loyal or honest to Nigeria because Nigeria is not loyal nor honest to anybody. That is oath taking. So anytime you are doing that, you are doing juju. You are evil. You are doing juju. And I hope you are seeing the line of grammar now. And all these grammar destroyed us. The same thing Oyibo enjoy. We suffer for it because of grammar different. When I dance masquerade, it's evil, because it is called masquerade. Carry that masquerade and put it inside motor now and drive it to London. It become Halloween. You know, Richard, oh, we're going for Halloween. It look like Holy Ghost and angel is coming to Halloween. But carry the Halloween now, carry and enter Enugu. It become juju. Oh, masquerade. The difference is the grammar. Wake up, people. And then you call it agreement. If you go to like Second Chronicle now, Second Chronicle chapter 29 verse 24, it says all the officials, the mighty men, and all the sons of the King David pledge allegiance to Solomon. It is just the same way. Every principal IPOB, every member of IPOB took an oath of allegiance to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Check out the people who betrayed this struggle. You think if they have been to Abeno Kpabi, they will do that? But of course, there are honorable men who, with or without oath, will not betray the struggle. But then we need to be on the safe side. All roads lead to Abeno Kpabi in the Ara. Are we talking of Abeno Kpabi now? How do you think I can match with you with everything I know about you without you going to Abeno Kpabi? How do you think I can match with you? I will not, or I will kill you first. You see the problem. That is why we Fulani kill you. We Hausa kill you. We Yoruba kill you. They don't give a hoot. The oath is kill them, massacre them, don't spare them. They are nyamine. Each time they tell you the task to keep Nigeria is a task that cannot be, that is the oath. But who is going to say that? If you leave and some people go down sue you. Sir, they can't be telling us to take oath. It's evil. But you are the evil. Did you say come and worship anything? Jesus placed his disciples under oath. And anytime you take Holy Communion, you are placed under oath. Covenant. Holy Communion, is it not covenant? The day Jesus introduced oath to his disciple, they want to start going out. He teach them evangelism. After 1 or 2 evangelism, they were 72 disciples. And he now called them and said, it's time to go into the ministry. Oh yeah, come and eat my flesh and drink my blood. Also, 60 ran away that day, remaining only 12. He now look at Peter and say, you are still here? You did not run? And Peter said, to who are going to run to? I beg, give us the oath. But of course, it's in the Bible, so it's holy. If I gather you now and bring bread and wine, I said, drink it. It's my blood and flesh. Oh my God. You will hear speaking in tongue that day. But it's just a simple covenant that only God is the weakness. He witnessed everything happening. And he helped every man to stand aside. Everybody who served God would have broken the commandment of God. It was the oath and the covenant that guided them. Because they have everything to lose if they fail. And if they keep by the terms of the agreement, they have everything to gain. Our ancestors understand this thing. They took oath to protect their land, their community. I want you to watch all our king in the ancient time. None of them betrayed their people. Jaja of Opobo died. He never betrayed Opobo. Ovaromi Obaise died. He never betrayed Benin. But Ozazapo did betray him. Ezenri of Omambara died. He never betrayed Omambara. Nana of Ishekiri died in the hand of the invaders, the colonial terrorists. He never betrayed the man. Not in Biafra land. Because they were bound under oath. And then finally, agreement. Agreement simply means harmony, accordance in opinion or feeling. The government failed to reach agreement. And when you go, for instance, to the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3, he said, two cannot work together except they agree. And when you are running from oath, you are in agreement. All of them are oath. Two cannot work together except they are in agreement. If we don't have agreement, we don't have a destination in IPOB. If only God knows what we're supposed to follow. Two cannot work together except they agree. So what you are doing, who are you in agreement with? Whatever you are doing, is it in accordance with what we agree with? Somebody will say command and control, control and command. Do you know the terms of that agreement? Or it's only for convenience sake? In as much as we fight hard to deceive ourselves when it comes to this issue, we will be the one that will lose. In those days as a child, when you go to the court, you have only 3 options. In Nigeria, for instance, he said that they swore you, is it swear or swore? Through the Bible as a Christian, through the Quran as a Muslim, through whatever you worship as a pagan. And then in those days, when you go to court, what you hear is, are you a Christian, Muslim, or pagan? You say, for instance, I'm a Christian. They now give you Bible. I swear by Almighty God, I swear by Almighty God, that the evidence I shall give in this court, that the evidence I shall give in this court, before this court, shall be the truth, shall be the truth. The whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, so help me God. They will collect the Bible. But if you check what they have said, it didn't say, I will serve the Jew, I will be evil, I will be do this one. All of a sudden, pastors begin to write to National Assembly, because that is when they are fast. Oh, Jesus said we should not swear. When Jesus said do not swear, do you find out what figure of speech he was using? Because he did swear. Go and find out when Jesus said do not swear with heaven or swear with earth. Do you find out the figure of speech he used? And then they say, because Jesus said, don't swear in heaven or in earth. Heaven is his footstool, earth is his footstool. And then the Oyibo always know how to handle us. The Nigerian judicial system now wrote to London, normal headquarters. The Christians are revolting. You know, you are the one that give us Christianity. They say the Bible said they should not swear. And Oyibo told they called people, but they swear it's the same thing now. Okay, grammar is the problem, because they know what done. They say, okay, tell them their own is that they will not swear again. There will be affirmation of faith. So when you go to court now, they now change it. Are you a Christian, Muslim, or pagan? I'm a Christian. Then I say, yes, and I'm affirmation that everything I say here, it shall be the truth, the whole truth, an affirmation of faith, an affirmation of faith. If you like affirmation of faith, if you like, call it swearing, if you like, call it oath taking, if you like, call it anything, you are the one deceiving yourself. And this is why God abandoned Nigeria. Before coronavirus came, everybody was doing miracle. All Setiana. Now you know all those things you are doing. God have abandoned Nigeria. God have left Nigeria. But you won't understand. I come and do miracle now. Hey, coronavirus. I was looking at one Yoruba man in one radio station from Port Harcourt today. He was saying, when I don't coronavirus done in Nigeria, where are they all of them? Where they say, na fake? Where are all of you? Call my line now. Come and tell me it's a fake. Una be wayo people. Coronavirus get respect in no day Nigeria. I still tell you that tomorrow. Very soon Nigeria will go and begin to buy dead body and tell you coronavirus killed them. The moment you buy into it, you have opened door for them to loot, because they've not been able to loot enough. And for your information, if Nigerians tell you they are giving you vaccination for coronavirus, do not take. Not Nigeria. I'm talking to you, Biafran. But let me not digress further. And so now you understand. There is oath in everything. Oath is an agreement. When somebody employ you, they will tell you the kind of job you are going to do. Well, the moment you say, yes, I agree. He says, is it okay by you? You say, yes. How much do I pay you? You agree. You are under oath. Because it is based on that terms that you will be judged. Either you be condemned or you be set free. And so our people must understand that the earlier we begin to develop character of oath, the better for all of us. And understand, anybody that put you under oath and lie to you, they lie to themselves. The oath will take care of them. And so you don't need to be afraid. Like all those of you now, those of you in Nasarawa, Some idiot came and said they are recruiting you, and you gave them 15,000, and they now put you under oath and say if you tell anybody you will die, keep it to yourself. You say lie, you will not die. Those people are 419. The oath will kill them. They are just like 419 that will catch one innocent woman and then tell the innocent woman, this is the business we are going to do. If you tell anybody you will die, they will not die. All those people are evil. That their oath will kill all of them one by one. When they deceive you into oath, that oath will kill them. But when they tell you the content of the oath and you wholeheartedly agree, the Creator will come after you. That is where karma works. That is what it does. That is the reason why God leaves Satan, to take care of people who break oath. And if you see anybody doing anything without taking oath, don't trust that person. Because everybody, including the angel in heaven, all of them took oath. They agree that God is good. That is oath. Papando nine wanine sina chuku de mao. No one ototo, no one efife sino de mao. Have you not heard that song? Every creature in heaven and in earth, both the day and the night, they all agree that the Creator is good. And so what did they do? They worship him. And of course, I'm going to stop here. And I want to believe that somebody is going to call now. Tell me more of oath from your own extensive knowledge. Maybe it's juju, maybe it's evil, maybe you run from it. Tell us about those who refuse to take oath. Tell us about danger of oath taking. Tell us. That day you go to altar and you say, I swear, how do they say the altar? I give my body to you as my beloved wife, in sickness and in health, in poverty and in richness. You know no say na curse you dey curse yourself. You know no say na juju you dey do that day. Because when I wear white garment, come they speak it, and I'm in loving and I'm in agreement. I will love you forever and ever. And then you give a ring. You know no say na juju na they take. No only abenopabi you they run for. And then at the end of the day, you broke the vow you made on that altar. You don't know you are killing yourself. You don't know you are killing yourself. All of them are oath. All of them are covenant. All of them are vow. All of them are pledge. All of them are the same. You better watch yourself. To build a prosperous society, you must value oath. To build a society where there is trust, you must value oath. Without that, we are gone as a people. I'll be back in a minute.
Reading from Biafran's Got Talents.
Africans will never be free until Biafra comes, yeah. Africans will never be free until Biafra comes, yeah. Africans will never be free until Biafra comes, yeah. Africans will never be free
Yes, of course, that is the gospel truth. At this moment, our lines are open. If you are a Biafran anywhere in the world, don't let anybody deceive you. Look for the IPOB family closer to you and join. The miracle have just started. Miracle want to happen. Don't be left out of this miracle. Don't be left out of this miracle. The Bible says that when the children of Israel walked through the wilderness, when they walked through the cloud, they were being placed under a covenant, which is oath. That is why no matter what happened, they still remain today. Once it's destroyed, all these foundations are destroyed. That is why everybody is betraying everybody. Everybody is betraying everybody. You are a Biafran anywhere. Don't let anybody deceive you. Look for IPOB family closer to you and join. If you're finding it difficult to locate one, please send us your name, your phone number, and your location to our WhatsApp line. I will link you up to the closest, nearest coordinator to you. And of course, at this moment, our lines are open. And when you call, please, let's streamline our discussion, your contribution in line with what we have discussed now. The WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. And the direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening, Mazo.
Good evening from here, Ada. Go ahead.
My
please.
name is, I'm Jezi Choma. I'm calling from Obazo Central Unit. Obazo is in Beri. There is an Imbitoli. Imbitoli is in Imo State. Imo State is in Biafra land. Mazi, I want to thank you for what you've been doing. I also want to thank your colleagues, Mazi Alozie, Mazi Uche Mefo, Mazi Chidera. Chukwu Kikabiama, keep on blessing you guys. In Chukwu Kikabiama name I pray. You say, Mazi, I want to comment on your topic this night about oath. Oath taking is good. Those days we do hear when our fathers do tell stories, they tell stories about the taking of oath, how it works, and the dangers when you betray the oath. Even as we are growing as young people, there is this oath I know about, but I have not been into it though. This blood oath of a thing. I heard it. The thing have a very big repercussion once you fail. When two people take an oath and one person back up or betray the other person, there is repercussion on it, a very good repercussion on it. So your topic this night is good. With the little I know taking of oath is good and it has dangers. The dangers are when you go against it. That's the little I know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. There is a song our veterans sang during the war. It's touching. You know, when you are trying to make people see, a lot of people are yapping. They can't even reason. They are brain dead, but they don't know. But you will wake up. Our veterans sang a song. They say, Ewo mona nwanem je na akpiliego ifajo na relani. Ewo mona nwanem je na wana potoro zore nwane yao. Wana potoro zore nwane yao. Do you think if those men were under oath, they would do that? I said something. If Ojukwu had placed all his men under oath, we will not be here today. But also our leader understand what it means. That is why the first thing, in fact, when I joined IPOB, the first battle or the first report against me was that I refused to take oath. In my own unit. Everybody said, no, we cannot take oath, we cannot take oath. They include me on people who say they cannot take oath. I said, that is not true. I understand what oath is. Today, some people are still battling. Oh, I can't join IPOB because I can't take oath. And you are the one who is telling me, let us match, monarchy match. Me and you match. Tell yourself the truth, my brothers. Your pastors is not comfortable until they place you under oath. Muslims are using our people to slavery, like Imo State Governor, like Rogers Okorocha. It is the oath they take that have turned them to baboon. If you have placed them under oath before these people got to them, you think they will be misbehaving? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Just hold on. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp? Go ahead.
Yes, Mazi.
Your name
Good
and
evening,
where are you calling from? Good evening.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom. The blessing of our Heavenly Father, Chukwu Okike Abiama, will continue to keep us moving forward for the restoration of our land. My name is Ugo, and I am calling from Enugu Province this evening. I really want to addition my voice on this beautiful discussion that our able African rep Mazi Onyibe is presenting to us every evening, because there is a large lesson that comes out of it. Mazi, see the oath taking. A lot of people, they don't even know that they are taking oath. When they say, I give my life to Christ, it
is oath.
Giving your life to Christ. Yes, they don't know.
It is oath. That means
the reason.
Sorry, my brother. My problem is if he has to do with our culture and tradition, it becomes juju. But if he has to do with Oyibo man culture and tradition, it becomes fine. That is where the problem lies, not in what is being done. Because by the time I say, the moment you say you accept Jesus, the next thing they do is they put you under oath. Lord Jesus, come into my life. I give you all my life. I open all the room in my heart. Come and take over, Lord Jesus. This is oath. So if the oath I take in IPOB is juju, this oath you take to accept Jesus is juju. That is the line I want our people to understand. Go ahead.
That's it, Mazi. Yes. There is a man who is dragging with our people because he wants to join the family. He say he love our leader, Mazi and the Canon. That is an old soldier. He want to join this family, but the problem is having his oath taken. This man had to invite me to a particular place. I told him the simple truth. I say, Daddy, you are a Christian? He said, yes. You go to church? Yes. Do you know that you, as a Christian, giving your life to Christ, that day, you took an oath? He said, that one is different. At the end of everything, we have to go to Bible. We find out that you are taking oath as long as you call yourself a Christian. It's an oath taking. So the end of everything becomes the man have to surround himself. He gave his life to Chukwu Okike Abiama. He's a hardcore IPOB member talking to you now. So the simple truth to those of us that doesn't know the meaning of the oath you think you call juju. You as a Christian, I want to tell you that if you call yourself a Christian and you say IPOB members because of the oath that they are taking, that is the reason why you don't want to join us. You don't know what you're saying. Go and check very well. You will see that you are just wasting time. Finally, you will realize the truth. Mazi Onyibe, may the blessing of Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to be your strength because of the proper education that you are giving us to this wonderful program. Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless all of you, our leaders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue. The idea here is to save ourselves from the impending danger. Nothing more, nothing less. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Mazi Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, I so love you. Mazi, I thank you very much. Mazi, you have been educating our people. I don't know what is wrong with our people. But all I know is that Chukwu Abiama, who sent our leader, he will fight this battle and give us freedom. Mazi, do you know, when people are talking about oath, I'm a collector by grace of God. My name is Anthony Okon from Arondi Zog in Idato local government, Imo Province. But you don't know when spoken about oath. I don't know how people see it. Oath is just a common. You just call it a common. It's an agreement. Abraham, when he wants to send his son and his servant to go and marry for.
Even for Abraham, our own father, to honor the covenant he have with God, he was willing to kill his first son.
Just imagine. Abraham sent a servant to go and marry for his son. Say, put your hands upon my lap.
And put him under oath.
He put him under oath. Oh, Mazi, do you know why we are failing today?
The reason we are here is because they are not under oath.
Yes, so our people have failed. When in those days, when I was little, when you want to marry, you lead the people to an oath. Then we make them trust your people, and your people trust them. And when they go home and say, see, our people, we and these people, we are under oath. You should not find them trouble. Mazi, you see, that time we have peace and tranquility. I have been telling people, I have been telling people that if supposing we are taking oath, all this we are seeing that happening on the street, somebody just point gun at you and collect all your things. It will not be happening. It will not be happening. A lot of things have gone wrong because we forget the first thing we're supposed to put on the ground. This oath taking. People misunderstand it, but it's an agreement. I told people that comes to our meeting, I said, if you take oath, it will make me trust you and you trust me. It is a thing that make us unite. And I believe that supposing Ojukwu took this oath before the battle of the Biafra battle between Nigeria and the Biafra. I don't believe that people would have made a serious betraying stand they made within that period. So I want to advise our people. Oath taking is very important. And with oath taking, things will turn around for good for us. That is all I want to tell people that are listening to me. Oath will help us understand ourselves, trust ourselves, and I will not do you bad, you will not do me bad. I remember what happened in the Bible. When the children of Israel make oath with the children of is that a nation?
AI or something like that.
Yeah.
AI or Amalika. They lure children of Israel to enter covenant, and when they discovered they were strangers, they couldn't kill them again.
You don't understand. Yes, they honor the oath. And when, in fact, after several years, the children of God offended by killing a person from that place. God demanded that.
God dealt with them. God dealt with them. That should be King Saul.
No matter, yes, sir. No matter that Israelites are his children, God dealt with them until they pay for that. I want to tell our people, listen to us, that oath taking is not sin. Even in the church, you are taking oath. So this is what I want to say. I want to give thanks for other people to air their view. But there's no problem with oath taking. We take oath every given time, every day, that is why we are facing a lot of challenges, because a lot of us are keeping the oath. And I believe as we take oath with IPOB, God will enable you. You will not fail in Jesus' name. Okay?
Thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must understand. I didn't say go and worship what you don't know. Our leaders say, Anyana kwisi yarose. We don't worship no idol. And the God we worship cannot be reduced to anything. But you see, covenant is the covenant keeping God. Except your own is not covenant keeping God. Then you can see it's safe. My brother on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, I'm with you, Master Oliver. Good evening, sir.
Thank you for holding on. Go ahead.
Yes, professor of my time, man. Yeah, really, professor. I don't know where you study on Harvard University, because you know how our people always grade themselves. But Mechuko Kukabiyama protect you and guide you for all this knowledge you are putting us to in this platform. My name is Ifani. I'm calling from Zone 4, Madrid, Spain. Regarding on your topic this night, my brother George Onibe, you know, when you are telling people about this oath, they think that maybe there is another evil thing in this issue. And forget that as the day when they born you, as soon as you come out from this earth, you have already taken oath of your life. Could you imagine when we was a kid?
In fact, circumcision is also part of oath to bring you into the covenant of Abraham have with God. So the time you are circumcising even your son, you are being that child is being placed under the same covenant that Abraham have with God. Go ahead, please.
So could you imagine, when we was a kid, before, as soon as you reach up to maybe 9 years, before you go out to see masquerade, your father will tell you, say, if you will join in group to see this masquerade, tell me so that I will prepare you to know how to be in masquerade. Could you imagine? We will go and prepare food, do many things. They will carry us, go into the circle of the masquerade. This masquerade where our people, they come for England. England will not tell you, say this is Halloween, and this is this, and this is this. And when we are playing it in our place, it's an evil. Could you imagine that before you join masquerade in our place, they will not bring you inside the Shiran of the masquerade, dress you, tell you what and what is abide to not to tell the public about the masquerade. My brother, so sometimes I reason why some of our people don't grade themselves regarding about this hour ago. But I thank God to give us person like you, Mazonibe, a good prophet of our time, who studied in Harvard University, because I believe with this your broadcast in Radio Biafra is more qualified than whoever tell me that he go to Harvard University or Cambridge. Always be on your right, and you are making us well. May Chukwu guide you and protect you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Thank you, my boss. Good evening, sir. My name is Okeru Nyedikachi. Great Biafrans, lovers of Biafrans, lovers of freedom. I want to thank you this evening. I want to greet you all, depending on your time zone. Mazi, I really love this topic you brought this evening about oath taking. It makes me to remember that, Mazi, do you remember, it will be surprised for you to note that in the days of our ancestors or our fathers, do you know that there were no computer houses where we do documented agreements, where we do C of lands, where we
it's agreement, it's oath. They don't have time for documents.
Exactly. Now it is the oath that holds the people, because the oath is more effective. Imagine today, you buy a land, after doing survey, having all your papers, somebody comes and sell it to somebody else. And you start dragging, you start fighting, and you start quarreling.
They will even sell it for 10% and take you to court.
It's just like the one that is
happening. To tell you to be paying them.
They will keep adjoining
every month. No,
they will keep
after
adjoining.
10 or 15 years, court will now say pay them back. They will now tell court I will be paying 115 every day. A land of like 2 million. Before 115 will be 1 million. All your children are even
before you give up to 1 million, everybody's already dead. So our forefathers were able to have agreements based on oath taking, and everybody knows that if you violate that oath, you know what the consequences is. The problem is people who get into an agreement in which way they're friend to marry. And to now this oath taking presently, if I go into any serious agreement with you, we must take an oath. And anybody who refuses taking an oath, I usually know that person has an ulterior motive. Because if Ujuku had taken with his members with this, what happened?
Of course, that is through epileptic network. It is to be expected. That is how they behave. But we must continue. Whenever I have the privilege of picking your call, I will advise you to just go ahead, hit the nail on the head. Let's see how it goes. Caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Mazi, Uncle Hime. This is Oyem Chukwu. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here.
Mazi, honestly, you inspired me all the day. And I am saying thank you to the spirit that have been leading you to have been inspiring us. I am not just trying to dispute the fact that you are the best, but I'm only saying that all of you in this platform, in your various platforms, have been doing wonderfully good to us. Sir, this oath taking you are defining this way. Who is paying the tithe on your offering board? I don't like it when we say all we have as our witty knowledge, coupled with educational background you have acquired, you give it out free to this idiot. It's not everything we begin to talk about because they don't pay, they don't return the tithe onto us, but we don't need it, they should hold it back. All we are saying is that they should realize that God himself, the creator of mankind, engaged his spirit in oath taking. And that was why in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 2, I think so, he said, until his spirit set in forth, those things he said never come to pass. And somebody is still asking, why are we taking oath? God himself took oath. Then who are you, animal in zoo, that you cannot take oath? Are you mad? Is there everything we interpret for you to follow up suit? We don't need you people. If you don't want to understand all this explanation, you stay away from us. We don't need many people, just 100. We go and we conquer. Do you understand? So every time you come on air, I become so filled with the spirit inspiring. And I love it. I don't know where to start with. Now people are rejoicing, and now you are explaining it to us, and it's not like all those times. I'm laughing at them, people around here. But it is not just explanation. Come and join IPOB. If you join IPOB, your certificate increase in respect and in quality than those quality certificates you have acquired in all this rubbish secondary school in Nigeria here. Sir, I am so inspired tonight. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. But I said, may Okika Biama, who have appointed all of you in the platform, keep it on, please, sir. God will strengthen you. I love you so much from here. Bye from here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line. Your line is not very clear. I don't know what the problem is. Yes, maybe you have to call back. Caller on the line. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. Move away from your radio, please.
Okay. Good evening, watching Senior Apostle.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Arinze Chukwu Victoria Honanya. I am calling from Rabat, Morocco. Maze, thank you for this wonderful episode this evening about oath taking. Because this has been some of our challenges in IPOB. Even in our family here, most people have come in and we present the oath taking to them, and they left saying it's against their religion, it's against Christianity. But all of us know that God took oath. The rainbow we are seeing today on the sky is as a sign of oath. God took.
God made a covenant. God take oath.
Because
in our own language, God took juju and say, "I will not destroy the world again with water." That is the symbol of the rainbow. Tell them. You know, miracle in America. Miracle in America is miracle. Miracle in Nigeria is juju.
It's miracle.
They keep our head.
It's juju or they call it magic.
No, magic is fine, sir. To destroy it completely, call it juju. Once you finish calling it juju, everybody will run. you look like devil himself.
You understand? So God took oath. Even God said to Abraham that let me be divided as this bed if I did not fulfill my own promise to you. What are we saying? Can someone be more Catholic than the Pope? Mazi, talking about what you said about that online video. I saw that thing. I was like shocked because even the oath, I know it off head. How can this be our IPOB oath? That person that lead those elders in that oath should be taken care of, because that is not our.
They don't even understand what IPOB is all about. They don't understand.
I didn't hear IPOB. I didn't hear. I just, that oath was just a kind of, I don't understand that oath. I was shocked because I couldn't even comment on that kind of a thing.
We are Biafra. According to Daniel chapter 1, we are whiter than white. We shall fear nobody. Lord.
We shall fear.
Where is the oath today? You are whiter than white.
People deceiving people. I was like, these people are not honest with themselves, because I know that IPOB has one oath all over the world. So when I saw them reading that thing,
if you finish taking IPOB oath self, you will be born again. To even do bad to your principal officer, you will know that you have to coordinate.
When you want to say, if I go against all this, may Chukwuka wipe me and my generation. At that point, you have a ghost pump. What do they call it? A ghost pump on your skin, because your particulars will shrink, and you know that you are in for a business. How can we work with you when you are not on that oath? It's not possible. Or not possible, Mazi. Or not possible. So those people who are leaving IPOB because of oath taking, those people are not sincere to themselves. They are not in for the struggle. You don't have any backup anywhere, both in Bible, both in Quran, and even in the politics aspect. Any office, any organization you can be. Okay, Mazi, I am a member of Assemblies of God Church. When I became a full member, I was given form. The bylaw of Assemblies of God was written. You must agree to their terms before you become a full member. What are we telling? In all ramifications of life, Mazi, thank you. Anyway, let me stop here. You are doing a great job, Mazi.
Thank you very much.
May bless you. And to all those people sitting behind, let them be born again.
Of course,
you are whiter than white.
Thank you very much. People must understand, it's not about those who are afraid of oath taking, or it is just for us to understand how important it is. I always tell people, I come from Abo. It is almost impossible to see Abo man fighting any Abo man anywhere in the world, dead or alive. We are not better than anybody, but I believe my ancestors are under a form of oath, and that condition simply, if you cannot flow with your brother, leave him alone. You don't cross going to fight them. I say where I come from, I am from Abo. There are Abo people all over the world. Did I say we don't fight? We fight. We don't go to the extent of, no, there is a limit to our fight. You cannot see about two Abo people fighting anywhere, of course, except ordinary fight. It's almost not possible. We are not better than any other body, any other people, but there is this thing in our culture and tradition. You don't quarrel with your people. Where I come from, my family house, I have said it before. The family opposite my own family, they are known as Arinze family. Since I was born till today, the family, we don't flow. But we have never quarreled before. When those family children come to our compound to play, their parents will be peeping them. And when we go to that compound to play, our parents will be peeping them. With time, I understand there is misunderstanding between the two families. But we have not seen them fight one day. We have not seen them quarrel. We, the children, feel that difference, but we don't fight ourselves. We don't. When you see two Abo people now, they wanted to fight. The moment you say, when are you raw? That is the end. No matter the crime, that is the end. Let police hold me now. And where boy you raw? I tell you, if Fulani idiot like, let him be there. I must go, or else there will be problem there. It's not because we are better than anybody. It's not because we don't take. It is an oath that governs our place. Those of you from Abo, do you know that Azwabo and Azwawa have been in dispute for only God knows when? But you can only feel something is not right. You will not see them express it. But it's a case for another day. Ut has a lot to do. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Of course, Zoo Epileptic Network. Caller on the line.
Hello, Master. Good evening.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ogochukwu, calling from Maraba.
Go ahead, please.
That's our leader. Our deputy. You, man, let's put that down. You are trying for us. Not us understand what this word all about. And you must speak out some of less our sovereign coordinator. The people in Yama. He try for us. So, man, this topic today is like a challenge in our IPOP because I'm across and people how to do the topic. Some people, if I talk about IPOP, I tell them to come and join IPOP. They will tell me, in this one where they are not joining IPOP for this post, they are taking that this IPOP is like a secret course. Why must I come join IPOP and take food? It's only a secret course that they are taking food. If I join IPOP, I will take food. That means I initiate in the secret course. And I ask the person, which church are you going? He said, they go to church now, and they go Catholic church. So that Catholic church, I'm a member of Catholic church. That church you are going, are you not taking oath on that church? Look at that Catholic church. Do you know that they have night? Catholic church. What is the meaning of night in Catholic church? And like people are taking oath. If you give you any position in Catholic church, they will take you oath. They're not taking oath. Why for IPOP own is a secret court now? Why that one is taking the church? It's not secret oath. Church oath. It's not evil. It's not secret court. It's only IPOP oath. It's a secret court. We drag in this thing. So I like this topic you people are bringing this night now. Man, that's why I call you a spirit. Moving spirit. I want you, if you open church yourself, people will every you open church yourself, people will come from east to west to come your church because you are hitting the nail on the hammer and hitting hammer inside the nail. You are trying. Keep on. I am the woman leader of all this place by Zeki. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra. Thank you very much. And of course, this is where we will be drawing the curtain on this segment. I don't understand how you intend to view it. I don't understand how you intend to check it, but the truth is bitter. But the truth still remains the truth. It is just for us to apply our wisdom to our reasoning, and then you will see everything will begin to fall in place. The English is not our language, and then as much as we try to upgrade every day, English continue to progress. English continue to change. Language, as we all know, metamorphose. If you watch the invaders who say they are colonial master, when they came to our land, they came with Queen's English. No, they came with King James English. King James English is that English they say, "Thus said the Lord, and the Lord saith thou." If you write that in WAEC today, you will get F9. This same English, after some time, they taught our parents Queen's English. My mother went up to Standard 6. In those days, you used to hear the book, they will say, "I go up, up I go. If I go up, I go down." Queen's English. And then English metamorphose from Queen's English. I want you to go back and listen to any audio clip or video clip made by the generation of Biafrans, let's say from 1960 till 1970. You will see the kind of English they speak. Very polished English, I must tell you. Go and look at Ojukwu statement as a young military officer. Then go and look at Ojukwu English as an old man. You will see there is a great difference When he talk as a young military officer, he talk like Theresa May. You just begin to hear those fune. Rest, I shall tell you, we'll fight from Biafra, Just coil his tongue and be speaking the English. But before he died, the English has changed. It has metamorphosed. Having said that, the current English you are using today, it's not the same way they speak it in Ghana. It's not the same way they speak it in America. In fact, the amazing thing there is that no matter the version of English they brought for us, we manufactured our own. In those days, when Yoruba speak English, you will know it's Yoruba. Because you begin to hear sound like, are you talking to me? I will tell you that I'm the son of Jegede Shokoya. I can never tolerate this thing you are doing. That is how Yoruba speak English. And then you go to Hausa, they manufacture their own. You will say, kill me, make her die. Kill me, make her die. That time he's telling you, I will kill you now. And then you go to Warri, you begin to hear, I go use my pepper, I chop bottle for your head. Oh. Then you go to Benin, you begin to hear, boy, you know correct you. You know correct you. Everywhere you begin to see the same English converted into different version. If you are not used to what they are saying, for instance, you go to a shop somewhere in Benin to buy bread, and they say, how much be this bread? The person will say 10 naira. And you say, no. I'll give you 5 naira. The next thing you may hear is, you know correct. You say, waiting. I say, you know correct now. Waiting you they talk, you know correct now. The way they put it, it look as if they are telling you that your head, you know correct. You can begin to quarry. In those days when you go to like Warri to eat food, and you tell them to give you straw. With normal Warri man will not ask for straw. He said, but man, give me hose for there now. Now hose be straw. And if you don't know the English, you will not understand that he's not talking about the normal hose. He's asking you to give them straw. In my place, you go to eat food. You don't ask for toothpick. You tell them, I beg, give me evidence. Evidence means give me toothpick. Because by the time you carry toothpick in your mouth, it's evidence that you have eaten. And now, all these English are the same English, but at different times, they are representing different things. Find out the mindset behind the grammar that controls your environment. Maybe you begin to see the truth clearer. And then I can assure you, we will be very ready to receive the Biafra. Before now, the way you appreciate oath taking, I believe it will change. And having said that, may Chukwu Kikabiama be with all of us. I'll be back in a minute.
Biafran's Got Talent exclusive.
Oh la 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 la, Masinam the Kano.
struggle for 2 years and counting. No matter the give me hanging na jaw, ibu nwoke jejeba. Mazi Africano.
I thank God that we have you, 'cause you made us believe in you. You promised to take us to the promised land. Biafra land is my motherland. Nandi Kano, uche me for. Iye di kunu ya bi kakola.